When it comes to intimacy, many people don't realize that the small details make the biggest difference, and that's why today's topic will truly grab your attention, because most men think fingering is just about moving fingers inside, but women's bodies are much more complex and sensitive than that. So if you want to know the truth about techniques that actually work and help a woman experience real pleasure, you need to listen closely, because this isn't just about sex. It's about connection, respect, and understanding her body in ways that most people completely ignore. And before we dive in, let me remind you that you're watching Dr. Kayla Health Tips, where we bring you medically backed, informative, and eye-opening content that can improve your relationships, boost your confidence, and make you a better partner. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video right now, because what we're about to share is something most men wish they had known years ago, and trust me, your partner will thank you for learning these things. Now, first you have to understand that women's pleasure is not just physical but also psychological, which means that before even touching her, you need to set the right mood through communication, comfort, and building trust, because without this, no technique will ever truly work, since a woman's brain is her biggest sexual organ, and relaxation is the key to arousal. So always begin by asking her what she likes, respecting boundaries, and creating a safe space where she feels wanted and cherished. From there, the real technique begins, and unlike the common misconception, fingering isn't about fast or rough movements. It's about gentle exploration, patience, and reading her reactions, which means you should start outside the body, focusing on areas like the thighs, lower belly, and hips before ever reaching the vulva, because anticipation heightens sensitivity and makes every touch feel stronger when you finally reach her most sensitive areas. Do not rush, instead begin with slow and light touches around the outer lips and clitoris, since the clitoris has over 8,000 nerve endings and is the most powerful source of female pleasure. Gentle circles, tapping, or simply resting your finger and slowly increasing pressure can make a world of difference. As you explore, keep in mind that every woman's body is different, so there is no universal formula. Instead, pay close attention to her breathing, moans, and body movements, because they are signals telling you what feels good and what doesn't. Once she is fully aroused and lubricated, then you can consider internal fingering, but again, the goal is not random thrusting. It's about finding the G-spot, which is located about 2 inches inside the vagina on the front wall and feels slightly textured compared to the smooth tissue around it. The best way to stimulate it is by using the come here motion with 1 or 2 fingers, while also stimulating the clitoris externally, either with your thumb or by coordinating with your partner. This combination of clitoral and G-spot stimulation is often what leads many women to their most powerful orgasms. But remember, not every woman enjoys the same pressure or angle, so communicate. Ask her how it feels and adjust accordingly. Another important detail is to keep your nails trimmed and hands clean, because hygiene and safety matter greatly, as sharp nails or dirty hands can cause discomfort or even infections, which will completely ruin the experience. Many men forget that the pace matters too. Start slow and gradually build rhythm, matching her arousal level, because going too fast, too soon often leads to numbness or irritation rather than pleasure. Also understand that women love variety, so mix up your movements. Sometimes slow circles, sometimes gentle tapping, sometimes deeper strokes, and always combine this with kisses, whispers, or eye contact to make the experience more intimate and emotionally connected. Psychological stimulation enhances physical pleasure and makes her feel truly desired, which is often what transforms a good experience into a deeply satisfying one. Another common mistake men make is focusing only on the genitals while forgetting that the entire body is an erogenous zone. So use your free hand to touch her breasts, stroke her hair, or hold her waist while fingering, because this makes her feel surrounded by your presence and fully engaged in the moment. Breathing techniques also help, so encourage her to breathe deeply and match her rhythm, which can intensify the sensations. And don't forget that orgasms are not the only goal. Sometimes the journey and the build-up create even more intimacy and satisfaction than the final climax, so don't pressure her to finish. Quickly instead, let her body lead the way and enjoy the process together. Now, some women may take longer to reach orgasm, and that's completely normal, because female arousal patterns vary widely, and what works one day might feel different another day, so always remain patient and open-minded. Another pro tip is to use natural lubrication if she's not aroused enough, because dryness can cause discomfort, and many couples Use safe water-based lubricants to enhance the smoothness of fingering, which makes sensations more pleasurable. Also experiment with angles. Some women prefer upward pressure, while others like side-to-side movement, so the best technique is always the one personalized to her body. Remember that confidence matters too. If you seem nervous or mechanical, it breaks the mood. But if you stay calm, affectionate, and playful, she feels more relaxed and able to enjoy. And here's something that separates average partners from great ones: aftercare. Once you're done, don't just stop abruptly. Instead, cuddle her, kiss her, or simply hold her, because this reinforces the emotional bond and makes her want to come back to you again and again. So to summarize, the real secret is not magic hands, but genuine attentiveness, communication, and care, because fingering that actually works for women is less about technical tricks and more about respecting her body, understanding her needs, and being willing to learn from her responses. When you master this, she won't just see you as a lover, but as someone who truly values her pleasure and emotional connection, and that is far more powerful than any single technique. And if you found this guide helpful, don't forget you're watching Dr. Kayla Health Tips, where we bring you the most informative and life-changing advice on intimacy, health, and relationships. So hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and stay tuned for more content that can transform your personal life for the better.